Nag-real estate ka rin pala.
Yes, 35 units.
Kailan to?
In the year 1999 or 2000.
OG So, mga nauna sa akin si brother.
Because of the 35 units, I was able to purchase 2 units because of my income. Guys, pag-aralan nyo talaga yung sales. Do you have plans to have your own business?
Yeah.
Imagine mo, nagkaroon ka negosyo, tapos wala kang benta. Gusto nyo magnegosyo, pero ayaw magbenta. Na hindi mo alam, pag natuto ka magbenta, gagaling ka sa negosyo.
I agree. Marami rin tayong kaibigan na negosyante ngayon na nagsimula sa sales.
Lahat, karamihan. Alam mo si Andrew Tan?
Andrew Tan, Mega World.
Ahente lang yan dati.
There's an English phrase you eat what you kill. Kung baga sa sales, ganun na Kung masipag ka, ayaw mo matulog, magtrabaho ka ng buong araw, it's all yours.
Employment is good, but we need cash. Kung gusto nyo talagang magkaroon ng tinatawag ng time and financial freedom, importante na maintindihan nyo you cannot exchange time for money. You work 8 hours, you get paid 8. You work 12, you get paid 12. You got to learn how to exchange results for money. In sales, we don't count time.
We don't.
We count results. Para sa mga taong nagsasabi na gusto nyo magnegosyo pero walang kapital, ang isa sa pinakamagandang pasukan ay ano?
Sales.
Oo.
Sales.
Ang puhunan mo dito, laway. Pag naubos puhunan, inom tubig. Bawi puhunan.
We tell our kids that. Even my wife sabi niya, you have to have a sales experience. But bakit sa kultura natin, parang minsan, di ba? Parang ikinahihiya ang sales. I don't know Meron ba? Meron ba ganun?
Di ba, nagbebenta ka, nakikiusap ka, nagsiset ka ng appointment. Parang it's a form of begging in the thing. Ang pinakamasakit when you hear the word no.
No. Sakit nun.
Ang daming tao na talagang ayaw sa sales. Pero ito yung na-realize ko. Pag wala kang puhunan, wala kang choice. At kung ikaw nakikinig ka at natatakot ka ngayon na magbenta, pero alam mo, dapat pumili ka ng hiya at saka ng takot. Ano mas nakakatakot yung mapuputulan ka na ng kuryente tapos kailangan mo mangutang? Ano mas nakakatakot? Wala ka pang tuition fee ng anak mo at pipirma ka ng promissory note. Ano mas nakakatakot kung may na-ospital kang mahal sa buhay at kailangan mo mangutang sa mga matapobre mong mga kamag-anak para magkaroon ka lang ng pera? Yun ang kinakatakutan.
That's true.
So for all of my life, I've been in sales since
I know.
age 12.
I know.
And in real estate, hindi naman kami nagpapaligsahan dito. Since yan yung background namin, I sold 35 units in 60 days. Nag-ahente ka, di ba?
Ahente.
Oo. Tapos, hindi ka natanggal, nakabenta ka, pero paano ka nagkaroon ng breakthrough sa property? And paano sinabi na this is really for me, this is my calling?
Well, my parents are sales, di ba? Encyclopedia. So, I kind of got their konting experience and learning from them. But I also nakita ko rin sa kanila na kailangan talaga medyo recurring ang income. No? So,
Paano mo natutunan naman yung word na recurring?
Siguro wala pa akong term at that time. But I remember kasi nagbebenta ng tissue sa Binondo. As a delivery boy kasi, we go around Di ba?
Yeah.
Nakikita mo yung mga nangyayari sa Binondo. Nakikita mo bakit lahat ng mga mayayaman may paupahan. So that was my first time na-open yung eyes ko. I vaguely remember yung isa nagbebenta ng tissue. Ang ganda ng business ito.
Bakit?
Kasi tuloy-tuloy. Parang
Consumable.
Sabi ko, one day, I want to have a model na recurring. But you know, when you're growing up, you're 10, 15 years old, it's a one-day dream. Hindi mo alam na doable Kasi parang nakikita mo sa family mo, you're struggling with finances. Parang out of reach ba? Substantial enough that I was able to stay with Ayala and got promoted.
How much was it per square meter during that time?
Alam mo, interesting question, brother. Because just a few days ago, I was in a chat. Sabi niya, Carl, do you know of anybody who was looking for Montgomery? They know me as a Montgomery guy before. We're now selling our townhouse. Dikit-dikit yan for 40 million pesos.
40?
40.
Ilang square meter yun?
Hindi ko na maalala, brother, yung details. But what I remember is, we were selling that for maybe 7 million-ish. Around 20 years ago. 7 million-ish. And at that time, brother, it was not an easy sell. At 7 million, people were complaining.
Taas na nun.
Taas, ang liit, masikip. Na value engineer, masikip, sino titira dyan? Ganon. At the moment, that place, it's around 40 million, 50, 60 million with the bigger ones. And there's a demand for it. Kumbaga, merong...
I had a recent conversation with one of my mentors, si Francis Kong. Sinabi niya sa akin, what is one of the saddest thing that can happen to young people nowadays? Ano mo sagot sa akin? Most of them never experienced to become poor. Maybe mahirap ang sitwasyon din ng mga ibang tao ngayon, pero nandun yung convenience
Convenience.
Internet, di ba? Microwave, delivery. During our time, zero lahat yun
Wala. Yeah, I look back, riding jeepneys, tricycle. I think
ngayon, Grab.
things were slower at that time din. Diba? Things were slower.
So, ang kagandahan kasi during that time, nung lumaki tayo sa ganong era, alam natin lahat ng bagay may process.
Yeah.
kailangan maging patient ka, maghintay ka. And yan ang isang kulang na ngayon ng era right now. Everybody wants it fast, 'di ba? Yung parang 'di ba dati yung age natin, midlife crisis at 50. Pero ngayon,
Ngayon ba?
quarter life crisis
Quarter
na
life,
at
25.
25.
Yeah.
Wala pa daw na-achieve, wala pa daw nagagawa. Parang they become depressed.
I get you, I get you.
Kung may pinagdadaanan kayo ngayon, huwag niyong kamuhian. Alam mo bakit? Itong mga bagay na to ay nagpapatibay sa atin Di ba?
Agree, agree.
Paano naging impact yan because of those lessons?
I think marunong tayo magtrabaho, marunong tayo makisama. Kasi nandun tayo, delivery boy, nakikipag-inuman tayo ng kape, pandesal, sausaw sa 3-in-1. So I think nakatulong yan growing up, na marunong tayo makisama sa tao. Tapos hindi tayo basta-basta na nag-give up sa konting hirap. After being a delivery boy, na-promote ako, naging delivery driver ako. So nag-drive ako ng mga L300 dati, delivery truck.
Wow!
And then eventually, during my college years, pumapasok tayo sa school, di ba? I remember, nag-aaral ako sa UST, minsan 4 o'clock yung pasok. So sa umaga, naman ako, bodegero.
Talaga?
So I was assigned sa bodega and tatawag sa akin yung uncle ko na, Carl, ito yung order na darating yung pick-up. Around 10 o'clock darating, ihanda mo na lahat. Ifo-forklift ko yan, i-ready ko lahat. Para pagdating ng truck, ready to load. That was maybe 90s. Siguro, I started working pag summer, grade 5, grade 6, high school first year.
Bakit kaya yung mga Filipino-Chinese, ating pinapasok sa tindahan, sa hardware, bakit kaya?
Yun talaga yung mindset before na tumulong ka, bawal na nakaupo lang, bawal na papahinga ka lang. But I look back, brother, that was really the best foundation of all.
Why? Why do you say that?
Yung pagtatrabaho natin sa hardware. And I was a delivery boy. So, meron akong bisikleta, I would earn 50 pesos a day. And ang trabaho natin sa Binondo, hindi naman 5 days a week, 6 days, di ba? Ang sweldo, Sabado. I would fall in line, kasama ko yung mga payonante, mga trabahador, kuha kong sweldo, 300 pesos.
Ano ginagawa mo sa first 300 pesos mo?
Alam mo, at that time, ipon Ipon talaga, Chinese ipon. I remember yung mga laruan dati, nahilig ako sa Tamiya when I was growing up. Pero ang mamahal, at that time, di ko ma-afford. Now, you look back, parang yun yung mga di ko ma-afford dati.
Nag-seminar pa nga ako pero blind ads pa nga yun nandun na pwede ikaw daw kumita, flexible para pagdating doon, nagbebenta pala ng encyclopedia. Pero by the grace of God, nakabenta rin ako a few. Na-realize ko nga tama ka The moment you stop working, you stop earning, but you don't stop spending.
Oh yeah.
Di ba? So yun maganda kitaan actually, di ba? Pero yun nga, hindi nga pang long term. Kaya kung kayo, nakikinig kayo ngayon, nagbebenta kayo, maraming mga challenges at saka hindi lang yan. Na-experience ba ng parents mo na nakukwento ba nila yung experience nila kung gaano kahirap magbenta?
Yeah. Alam ko, yun yung narinig ko that time growing up na mahirap ang buhay, mahirap ang pera. So talagang tipid-tipid ang battle cry natin, lumalaki tayo. So not really investing.
Hanggang ilang taong ka noon na na-experience mo na gano'n?
It's really challenging up until college.
College?
I think so.
Wow.
Pretty much parang regular. Hindi naman super bad. Kumbaga, hindi siya yung like businessman ngayon.